Islam Makhachevs is taking initiative, man. Leo, bad man. Let's go, Islam. He's taking initiative, man. He is waiting for the winner of the welterweight fight between Jack Della Maddalena and Belal Muhammad. Now, I feel like this is appropriate because I feel like we're in this spot where we don't really know what's going on with 155. Like some chat, yo, I think he's going to fight this guy. I think he's going to fight that guy. We don't know. Islam versus Arman. Islam versus Ilya. Is it going to be Islam versus Charles? Islam versus Justin Gaethje? Yo, bro, that thing gets me every time. It actually gets me mad because I just don't even know why that's even in the conversation. That shouldn't be even in the realm of conversation. Stop saying Justin Gaethje's name, DC, Khabib. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to give Islam a weird win that no one's gonna care for his legacy. I don't care for it at all. I really think it does nothing for his legacy. But this is not. It's not what this is about. I'm not gonna go in here and just start cooking some of Islam's team for trying to push for that fight. But I feel like Islam's making the right choice here. Now, what's weird about this decision is like he kind of exposing that he wants JDM to win the fight. Now, I feel like it's normal for like someone like me to say like, oh, I'll be okay with JDM winning just because. But I feel like Islam, like the only reason he's saying this is because if JDM wins, he'll go up and fight for the welterweight belt. I said in this tweet. However, like I feel like that makes the relationship between Islam and Belal a little bit awkward. No, unless I'm overthinking it. Like, it seems like he's insinuating he'd prefer if JDM wins so he could go up and like kind of get away from all this 155 drama and let them duke it out for like an interim belt before he goes back down or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless he has a change of heart and he's like, yeah, I'll put the beats on Belal too. I don't know. I really doubt it though. I really feel like him and Belal have kind of just established that, you know, I don't really want that fight. Like both guys said it. You know, I feel like Islam, listen, let me be real, bro. I feel like great fighters have to make choices about how great they want to be. Say Belal does beat JDM. I feel like it depends. Like I said, it depends how great Islam wants to be. Islam said his dream for his entire life is to be double champ. But if he's going to let that dream go by not fighting Belal in case he wins this fight, I feel like you didn't want the dream that bad. You know, this might sound like a hot take. I'm not getting on Islam, by the way. I just feel like if I had a dream, you know, I'm going to have to put that stuff aside and be like, listen, we're not from the same country. You know, we're both Muslim brothers. I respect you, you know, but I'm going to have to go in there. I'm going to have to win my double champ. That's what I will do. That's what I will do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're in the same gym and stuff. Yes, they trained together before, just like Shavkat, Ian Gary, and just like all these other guys. But I don't think just training together is enough. But that being said, I'm not even trying to get on Belal or Islam on this video because I just feel like they won't fight. But like I really like trying to grasp my head around that. I can't really fully understand. Like even I feel like Aljamain Sterling and Merab even have more of a case for not fighting each other just because they train together so frequently, like every day. Belal and Islam aren't in the Dagestani mountains training together. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the case. Yes, they would train like Belal would go over there sometimes when he's fighting in Abu Dhabi and train with them prior for a camp, like a camp or two. But that's not even the same as like what Aljo and Merab were doing. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand that. Like maybe I'm just like I said, being critical of their relationship. Like I don't know how close they are behind closed doors. So yeah, let me just leave that alone. But no matter which way you slice the cake, he's hoping JDM wins because it just seems like he won't fight Belal. I'm not hoping for anyone to win. I love Belal. You guys know this. But, dude, I want Islam to be great. And I'll say this. Fighting at 155, especially like a Justin Gaethje or even an Ilia Topuria. Like the Ilia Topuria one, I think it does wonders for his legacy. But, you know, there's always going to be that. There's always a hyphen. No matter who he fights next, it's going to be like, yeah, he beat this guy, but. Yeah, he beat Arman, but he already beat him before. Like, who cares? Yeah, he beat Charles, but he already beat Charles before. Yeah, he beat Justin Gaethje, but he just beat Fiziev coming off a 2-year layoff and an ACL injury. You know, like, what does that do for your legacy? Yeah, you just beat Ilya, but he's a 145er. It doesn't matter. Like, they can make excuses for anything. Say if JDM, like, flukes a KO over Belal. Say that happens for whatever hypothetical reason. If he goes up and beats JDM, they can't be like, yeah, he's good, but stylistically, it doesn't matter about stylistically, nothing. Especially if JDM just beat Belal and Islam goes up there and beats him. Like, no, there's no hyphen. There's no, oh, well, he's a bigger guy. He's smaller. No. Islam went up and beat them. And I feel like I want that for Islam, man. I want it for Islam. I want it. I really want this guy to solidify his greatness. And I feel like that's double champ status is what does that. And I feel like he's making the right move because I don't think, like, I feel like staying at 155 is like wasting time. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if he goes up to 170 and, like, stays there. I'm assuming, no, I don't know, actually. I really don't know. Because I feel like the division's gonna shift a little bit if JDM does win and Islam decides to go up. I feel like it'll just shift a little bit, just because like 155 would have easier matchups to organize. Because the fact that I'll be real, Islam doesn't really want, like, he's kind of open how he doesn't really want to fight Ilya. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if he happened to leave, an interim title fight would probably be between like Charles and Ilya because they've been just going back and forth. then maybe book like Justin and I don't know, Dustin and Justin for their last, like, they're both retirement fight. I don't know. I don't really know. Or BMF, whatever. Who cares? Like, running back or something. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it opens up more spots if Islam does wait for a winner and then decides to move up. And all on top of this, in the end of the tweet, you see there will most likely not be an announcement for Ilia Toporia's next fight before the welterweight fight as well. So Ilia Topuria and his team are also like, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, because I feel like Ilia Topuria, like, I feel like I want to be behind the scenes specifically because I want to see what they're talking about and who doesn't want to fight who. I think everyone has a broad idea who kind of doesn't want to fight who. It seems like Ilia wants to fight Charles, but Charles doesn't want to fight Ilia. Charles wants to fight Islam, but Islam's like, who the hell is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, Islam wants to fight Armin, but Armin's like, I'll fight for a number one contender fight, you know? And then it's like, Ilia wants to fight Charles, who's a contender, but won't fight Armin, who's a contender. So it's like a weird, I feel like it's like, I want to see what they're actually saying behind the scenes to make it so difficult to book fights to a point where Islam's like, stop talking to me. I'm going to wait for the winner of this fight and then start talking to me again. And the thing is, if Belal does win, this is just wasting time. So this is a good and bad thing, because if Belal wins, then we're just back to the negotiations that we couldn't solve. But maybe if Belal wins, Ilia would be like, Islam would just be like, all right, just screw it, dude. Give me whoever, bro. I'll take Ilia, bro. Well, give me Ilia, whatever. I don't give a crap. I'll take him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and I don't think Islam's like nervous for Ilia to like, he doesn't want to fight Ilia. I just think he wants Ilia to earn it, as well as trying to get information and data on Ilia for his first fight at 155 to see how he moves and how good he is. And on top of that, if Ilia does go in there and fight a contender, the excuse of like the 145er, oh, he's a 145er coming up, that just goes, it can't even be used, period. You know, so I feel like waiting is a good and bad thing, because like I said, it could just lead to longer negotiations and, like, you know, just a waste of time. However, if JDM, I feel like the world's going to start rooting for JDM, you know. I feel like people are going to start turning their hats like, yo, you know what, man, JDM, dude. You know, I'm going to be realistic. I still don't see like, I really, like, objectively looking at it, I don't really see how JDM could beat a Belal Muhammad. Maybe a puncher's chance, but, like, if that fluke does happen, I'm telling you, it's going to be, like, probably more one-sided than Sean Brady Leon Edwards. Like, maybe just not a finish, but it'll be pretty one-sided. But JDM, like, I feel like the world's going to start rooting for JDM. Islam fans across the world, they're going to say, yeah, JDM, get him, JDM, put the beats on it like Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what the whole ship's going to be, because people want Islam to be great. And listen, if you want Islam to be great, you shouldn't be agreeing with what DC and Habib are saying with Justin Gaethje should be next. If you agree with that, like, you're not an Islam fan. You know, I think Habib and DC are DC's pushing for it because he's Justin Gaethje's friend and stuff, you know, and other stuff. And I think Habib's pushing for it, and Ali is pushing for it just because, like, it's an easy fight for Islam. It keeps him busy, and, like, it's a 155 name, you know. So it's no like, oh, he's a small guy. It's like but the fact that I saw this guy get absolutely crunch timed by Max Holloway, like, bro, he got flat. Like, I just can't. Because then it's like, it's a compare and contrast. So Islam better beat him in better fashion. Because Max kind of beat him up the whole fight. Like, Justin Gaethje had moments with low kicks and stuff, but I feel like it was just Max, who just got knocked out in his last fight, putting the beating on a 155er. So I feel like Islam versus Gaethje, it's just, don't even, if you're ever in my community saying some dumb stuff like that, you're going to piss me off, dude. Don't even talk about that next to me. I think it actually gets me mad. Even, and the fact that Habib and all these guys are pushing for it, it just gets me more mad. Like, bro, what are you pushing for exactly? What do you want? Do you want Islam to be known as a great, or someone who's fought, oh yeah, man, Moicano and Justin Gaethje back to back, yippee? That's what people are going to try to do, man. Like, I'm not jacking it. There's no way I'm jacking that, bro. I just can't get behind it. There's no way. No, you can't. No human being on earth's convincing me that I would actually want to see that fight. So don't even speak about it around my presence ever in your life. Because I can't. Even talking about it out loud, it gets me more progressively mad. Because I'm hearing myself even speak about something that shouldn't even be out here for existence. All right, moving on, because I don't want to talk about that anymore. You know, I just feel like that fight doesn't make sense. So I see his team pushing for it, and it gets me mad. So listen, I don't know who in Islam's camp was like, you know what, just wait and let's settle down and see who wins. But that guy must have been like, yo, Islam, I think JDM can knock him out. he must have said something dumb. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, why? Like, how do you think, God, bro, you know, it's weird. And I don't know how Belal feels about this. Like I said, I know Belal's going to tweet. Probably after I drop this video, Belal's going to drop a tweet talking about, like, you're waiting for no reason. JDM sucks. Usman is better. And he has no knees. Islam, go fight Ilia. Why are you running? You know, it's like, nah, he would not say why you running, but you get the point. Whereas it's like, this could be a waste of time for Islam. Like, I want to see Islam active. I really think he could get 3 fights this year, but But if he waits for the winner, maybe not. But he could get 3 fights in the sense that, like, if he were to fight in the summer, then maybe later in the year in Abu Dhabi. I don't know when they goes to Abu Dhabi. I think it's around October, but like maybe in December. He could have fought 3 times a year because he took virtually no. He didn't even take. Did he get hit by Moicano? Did Moicano land a fingernail on this guy? You know, like Moicano got in there like, I'm a real bad man. And he got took it down and choked out like Dan Hooker style. So what Islam did to Dan Hooker. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like he took no damage in that fight. He could be back ASAP. Like he could be back as soon as possible. You know, summer. But like if he waits for the winner and the winner is JDM, he's not going to fight him in the summer because JDM's probably going to have to go through the fire to beat Belal. So he'll probably fight him around maybe October, Abu Dhabi. Maybe that's going to be the Abu Dhabi card. But that just makes Islam fight twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like him staying active, like right now, like say like even if he stays active and just fights in the summer, he can still fight JDM by the end of the year if he like gets rid of this guy fairly comfortably. All he will need is probably 4 months recovery. You know, just depends. Like I feel like Islam's at the point of his career where like he's a little bit older, not older, but like he's getting to that age where he's probably not going to be he probably has like 5 fights left. If you guys ask me how much fights does Islam have, like I'll probably say 5, maybe 4. Like what? Somebody, I don't know, maybe, okay, best case scenario, let me explain what happens. JDM flukes Belal, he beats JDM, that's 1 fight. Defends the welterweight belt, probably against Shafkat, that's 2 fights. At that point, I don't know what he's going to do. Like, he's either going to stay at welterweight or he's going to go back down to 155. One thing I've noticed is when people go up in weight, like people who chase double champ status, they kind of like prefer their bigger weight, or they're like unable to cut as easy back down to that weight. But if he's able to cut back down to 155, then beat the interim the guy who's holding the interim belt was probably going to be Ilya, and then beat Arman. That's 4 fights and then retire. Because what are you going to do after that? That's already the greatest fighter of all time. Honestly, I don't think Islam needs that much work to be the GOAT. You know, I think he just needs to, once he becomes double champ and defends the belt, you can make the argument that Islam Makhachevs is the greatest of all time. That's my opinion. You know, after that, I think it's okay, like okay, overkill. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. But like I said, I want to see how this plan works out for him. It could be for the best or it could be for the worst, but I kind of understand this just because the 155 division's in a big limbo right now and no one really knows what's happening. Like, oh yeah, this guy should fight this guy. At the end of the day, we're all going to have contradicting opinions for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I think the most popular opinion is that Islam should just fight Ilya and get that over with because it's a big fight, 1, and then 2 is just like, it's an interesting build-up. No one really wants to see Arman get on the mic like, yeah, my dad's rich, by the way, dude. Yeah, I mean, my dad's rich, so I don't even when I win the belt, I might just go work for him. That actually gets me so mad, the way he was trying to like act so nonchalant and cool. But yeah, I can't really be asked for another boring build-up. You know, we're missing rivalries. Chat, if you guys care about UFC, you want to see the heated DC, you know, John Jones moments, the Usman Kobe's. You want to see the Conor Habibs. So give us Ilya Islam. How about that? We want to see that, so give us Ilya Islam. I guarantee their build-up is going to be like Conor Habib-esque. Ilya with his cocky ass. They're both like cocky fighters. They're just confident. But you get the point. It'll be an entertaining build-up that we're going to actually care about. And I'll buy double the pay-per-view money for their fights. Literally. Put that thing at 160 on ESPN Plus. I'll buy it. You know, I have no problem. Like, if that's an $80, $90 pay-per-view, that's already a steal, bro. I'll pay double. Just give us what we want, bro. I'm done, bro. Listen, UFC's like damn near my life. UFC's what I enjoy watching the most. I don't watch other sports. You guys in the comments probably watch, oh, yeah, NBA, man. This is me, man. This is what I do. I care about this and this K-drama. But, like, this is all I really watch. Yo, just give me the fight I want to see. Or if you don't give it to me, bro, I don't want to say I hope JDM wins just so he can go up to welterweight, but I want to see Islam be great. And if him being great constitutes on JDM fluking Belal, then maybe I want to see it, man. Maybe I want to see it, all right? And there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, I want to see Islam be great, and if Belal has to take some strays, brother, you know, call me a bullet real bad, man. Because I want to see Islam. We're gonna do it. Double champ suit. No, I don't even know for it. I just don't see JDM winning. Belal's gonna 50-42, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I think, like I said, it's a smart decision for Islam and Ilya to both wait for the winner of the welterweight fight just so we can see what's going on. But let me know what you guys think about this decision. If it's a bad part by Islam just wasting time, or if it's a positive because maybe JDM has a chance. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm gonna have to look at Belal versus JDM and do a breakdown and try to gas on myself. But that's it for me, bro. Let me know what you guys think down below, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.